welcome back to Handicap Outdoors. This is Pete, and I'm trying out my new tripod. Seems to be holding the phone alright for now, so we'll see how that goes. In the last video, I basically explained what I'm going to do to the trolling motor to get it to work, and I explained what I was going to do after that. And what I'm going to do after I'm done with the trolling motor is put the framing for the bench seats into the boat. That's the plan. We have some storms rolling in as I speak. It's not raining yet, but you can definitely hear the thunder in the background. I don't know if the video can pick it up or not, but yeah, it's going to be a garage and build day, so I'll bring you back with various updates and pictures, possibly with voiceover if I can figure that out on the phone. I'm still looking for software for editing and a way to get everything from my phone to the laptop without it completely becoming unusable, bug out and everything else. So that's what I'm doing today, and I'll bring you back when I have something to report. Hey y'all, don't know if you can hear me or not. That storm I said was coming in is here. It's just pouring right now. I can barely hear myself think. But I'm gonna press on because there ain't no leaks in here. Right now, I have everything taken out the boat, and I managed to get underneath the floorboard and collect as many nuts and bolts as I could that were rolling around down there. Still going to have to pull everything out eventually in order to get the entire thing cleaned and sealed, but for now, this will work for framing things up. Hopefully the rain calms down next time I take a video so we can get some decent audio, huh? Hey y'all, working on the boat, framing it out and everything. I'm sorry about the noise in the background. It is still downpouring, if you can see that coming off the roof. But around. Alright, so for the boards that I've been using, these are 2x2s, Pine from Menards. It's a hardware store local chain, kind of like Home Depot, but not. And I've basically been putting it up here, pushing it to the side, and then marking through the holes right there, putting a screw through the bottom, and then I drilled, since I don't have a drill, I ran a screw through the holes from underneath until it broke out the top, and now I know where to put my my screws at. So I'm going to put my long screws through the holes and hold it to the side. I have to push a lot more to get the front because it's curved. Holy moly, it's raining. Well, it's going to be an interesting day. But yeah, since these boards need to be bent to curve, I don't have a steamer, which you would normally use for these. You'd steam them up, get them hot and wet. You use steam because it penetrates the wood faster because it's warm. And while the wood is warm and wet, you form it to how you want it. You can look up steam forming and that kind of thing. You can use a basic clothes iron, a steam clothes iron, in order to put steam into the wood if it's flat wood. Since these are 2x2s, you'd have to put them in some type of steam cupboard, like a long tube can or something like that, where it just pumps steam in all the time. And since I don't have any of that stuff, because I'm poor and I am working under a lean-to that's not even mine, but I'm basically going to get the holes drilled best I can, put these out in the rain, let them soak up some regular water, and then drill them through the holes so that they stay put, and hopefully, knock on wood, hopefully they'll hold their shape when they dry out. And it'll take a couple days for them to dry out since I'm not using a steamer or a heat dryer, something like that. I'm just going to use the rainwater. I guess I'll see how it goes and bring you back shortly. Hey y'all, I just wanted to remind everyone, this is a little, safety tip. When you are using screws and whatnot, and putting them through wood, when they come out the other side, they're going to be hot. And hot enough to burn your fingers. Just something I forgot. But, yeah. I've got a, if you can see that, nice little burn mark from where I touched a hot screw. In the middle of my finger there. That little black mark. Since I can't feel much of my fingers, it's not really a big deal, but those with a very good sense of touch, it's gonna hurt. Oh, and if you can see the two scars right there and there, those are what happened after I cut my hand open on my door of my car. Yeah, my hand was folded over like this and holding the wire that I have to use. When I pulled the wire, it let go and it my hand went forward and I got a nice little gash. They're kind of deep, but they healed up in about a week. I'm thankful for that. My body is very good with healing on the outside. On the inside, the rapid healing has hurt me. I don't know what kind of disorder that is, but yeah, I do know I have some type of autoimmune thing, even though my blood doesn't show markers, because that's the only explanation for what's going on with my muscles and nerves and joints. Everything's being eaten and irritated, and things just keep getting worse, regardless of everything I do. But anyway, the rain has kind of slowed down. I have the one board sitting there right underneath where the rain was falling at, and hopefully that'll get it wet enough. I'm currently working on the other side, and it's screwed in the back right now. I just came around to get a couple more screws for the next one, but I plan to use a 2x4 in here so it can connect to this, and it can make the entire thing rigid. And 2x4 is going to come out and connect to another board, full length, going back to front. This side will be a little difficult because it's going to run into the bench seat that I have there, as far as getting the length right. But this side should be easy. I'm just going to put a board down right on top, right over the top of this, 90 degrees, give or take. I'm going to hold it up with little stubs of 2x2s. I would like to do 2x4s, but I don't have that many. The only 2x4s I have are inside of a couple of pallets. Pallets that I was planning on using for, you know, for shelves or something, because that is a very nice grain of pallet. You know, it's just nice and smooth, and the wood looks nice. It's kind of got a pinkish red tint to it. And I was going to use that for shelving inside my bus for the pantry. I just never got around to it. But I do have those. They're 6x2s, and they are mostly rotten. But I might be able to find a couple chunks in there to use. I do have the pallet sitting behind the that sled, and the top. It's a pop-up shanty, a flip over, and the rails for that, I'm going to put the hinges, let me get this here. The hinges are going to go right about here, and I'm going to have to cut them in the middle and put bars. I have these bars right here that fit right inside them. Drill holes, put screws through them, or little bolts, and then I'll have a canopy that will stretch from about here where the deck is going to cut off, and it'll go a little bit past the back end of the boat. So I'll have you know, a nice little canopy over the top. And found a place to buy some rubberized tarp for 25 bucks a sheet, and I only need like 3/4 of a sheet for the roof here. My dad wants to get a bunch of them so he can use them for tents and whatnot, siding for the tents that he has. Just so he has a little waterproof store or something when he goes to a flea market, instead of using, you know, trash bag plastic in rolls. The stuff that you use for inside your walls, if your walls are super thin, for extra insulation in the winter. The plastic wrap that you put on the inside of your house, which I never really understood. You know, if the walls are hollow, you just have to drill a hole up in the top and spray in, you know, foam and whatnot in between the supports, you know, like these back here. You drill a hole through the top, and then you just fill it full of insulation. You know, that's pretty much what they do when you have your attic redone. That spray foam insulation, it's just chunks of chopped up fiberglass foam that get blown in there with a high-powered fan blower unit and just fill up the entire attic. You know, you could take that stuff and just put it right inside between the rafters, and your walls will be warm. Floors are going to be another issue for winter. But again, this little segment's going a little long, and I'm going to get back to work. Hopefully I can get the framing done and everything else. Well, see how it goes.